Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Mid-Age Days, a channel of walking, visiting places. Today, to keep it fairly straightforward, I am going to review and visit all of my local parks. This is the first park I'm visiting, and it is called West Park. Inventive name, I'm sure. To be fair, it didn't even exist until about 20 years ago when they built the first estate. They transformed this whole area into a massive park, and it's lovely. Hope you enjoy.
King James of Scotland called this place Dirty Town right to its face because its streets had not been paved. That was back when the woolen trade was where your fortune could be made. Those holy peas soon displayed a lamb upon their northern crest, and bought and built the very best. Darlow folk were unimpressed, but Henry Peace paid for a cure for dirt and illness in the poor. Good drains a cleaner reservoir, his water for the thirsty tells, us wish for more than drinking wells.
Just like that decision you made, it's time to break and stop the chase. Use a hammer track on the rat race. Funky in, form the way, stand in place. Love planets and mother more peaceful state.
If you want to go looking for trolls, you can. Nothing under here. Right on top of West Beck. And here we go. This is one of the main entrances into West Park. Watching the first map. See what we can make sense of. There are a couple of paths to follow, but let's go up the one that isn't officially a path. Picture of a kestrel. Okay, never seen a kestrel in this park, but reaching the top of this hill we have 3 different directions to go. That goes back to the path that we could have walked up. This goes straight forward to the first monument of description that we'll see. This occasion we're going to go left, because there's one thing to see here that not every park in town has. And we might as well sneak in the side way, right? Oh man, I'm too old for this nonsense. Right, okay. Here we go. Awesome little bike track. I don't really ride bikes, so it's not really for me. Whoa. Okay, now I just gotta hope there's no bikes riding around in here at full speed, or else I'm gonna get run down. Pretty much every time I come down here, there's almost never anyone riding bikes around here. Okay, I'm actually quite surprised there is nobody here. This is like after school time now. You'd have thought there'd be someone here, to be fair. And up to the top. Yeah. As you can see, it's a pretty reasonably sized little bike track. Just nobody here to take advantage of it. Oh well. Oh. I guess the hill is the only way down. What? Yep. Cool. Let's see what the rules are. Requires an element of skill. Pretty sure you can ride a BMX around there, but it is strictly not a BMX track.
So someone should probably tell Google.
Hedgehog by the bike track. Just don't get onto the bike track. Might be dangerous. So now we're entering the main part of the field. They do have several of these benches here. And I don't know about you, but a bench without a back, well, you can't get comfortable on a bench without a back. Let's see. You just can't get comfy on a bench like that. Unacceptable. So we're now at the top of the mound, with lovely views all around, industrial estate and hills in the background. Lovely. But the main attraction up here is these stone monuments.
Diver from the bank, pearls of air catch in your fur and scatter in silt.
I'm not sure what any of these things mean, if I'm honest. Water vole? I'm guessing it just names a lot of the creatures that are around here.
A dark hole just above the water's edge caught his eye. Something bright and small seemed to twinkle down in the heart of it like a tiny star. Then, as he looked, it winked at him, and so declared itself to be an eye.
Little excerpt from The Wind in the Willows. Okay. Little symbol. I mean, it's very cool. It's a nice place to hang out. And from here, you can also just about make out the other monuments that exist here. All three of them are linked by sight. And next we are going to head to the centrepiece. Now you can take the little trail path down, but why do that when you can just go down the hill? Which has just recently been cut. Probably for the last time this year. We are heading inexorably into autumn. Now entering the centre feature of this park. Little stone circle and some inspirational sayings. This is Darlington, that wears its heart within its name. This is Locomotion Town, where the railways first ran. And this is Quaker Town, where sharing took root. Yes, sharing never existed before this town. Okay. Clearly someone's come along with a marker pen of some description and decided to ruin this monument. Okay, someone's got to come along and overdo this inappropriate symbol. People are just fun, aren't they? And here we have the central map. Here we go, so this is us right here in the middle, and here is our three monuments. And everywhere it points to. Legs Cross, Hartlepool, Stockton, Rosebery Topping, fantastic climb. Tontine, okay. York, Jockey Cap, Stainmore, and Milton and Teesdale. It's pretty cool. Somewhere for the teens to hang out on a night anywhere. Very nice. Coming to the end of the wildflower season. Still looking quite colourful, but not long to go before they're gone. There are several little areas like this scattered about the park. Little wildflower areas. Very pretty. Better about a month ago, but there are so many paths and ways to take around this park. We have a blackbird this time. This park is mainly magpies. I'll be shocked if we don't see at least one or two magpies today. It's definitely been raining. So my first idea was just to follow the official path, but then I saw this little cut down here across the grass. Now how could I ignore that? Okay, this path just looks like it leads back to another path. It's just paths and woodland. That's pretty much what we've got here. A few open spaces to kick a football about maybe. Ooh, another one of these. The grey heron. There are still some blackberries about. I mean, they look gross now and maybe a few weeks left before they're gone completely. And here we are approaching our second monument. There's only three of them. This is actually the second biggest park in town, just going by the size of the map picture. But there's not a massive amount to see here. It's largely just open fields, trees, woodland, and a lot of trails. Let's see what this monument says.
Steer this limestone arc, rapid pilot, dingy brown.
Rare as principles. Well, indeed. Ooh, down under this one. Oh, someone has filled this one with all sorts of autumnal goods. Butterfly. Looks like an apple to me, but okay. Very nice. And yet more pleasant views. Ginormous windmill. I mean, it's definitely possible to actually get up on here. Yeah. Okay, these aren't the flattest of tops though, so beyond Monument 2 we have the damselfly. More little roads to take. It's just like a maze really. Here we go onto the largest open area of the park, through this little tunnel of trees. Very wild with growth. It's just starting to die off for the autumn. There's that monument we just visited. Bench with quite a nice little view out into the sunshine. let's just head slightly into the rough to find the common shrew. Alrighty, another unofficial path, trampled down by time. I'm assuming it's just going to lead to another path because that's where all of these trails lead to. Oh yes, look, there it is. Oh, but another little wild area of wildflowers. So there are plenty of these along the way. And that path just led to another entrance. Local nature is... Oh, that's sharp. Yep, that sounds fat. These are fairly new, these signs. They got put up maybe last year, the year before. Bit of information about the area. And we come back into the park, and the only part of the park that actually has a bench with a back on it.
In a profitable dream, Edward Pease, the dad of steam, mover, Quaker, Captain Clean, spent his cash from coal and wool upon an engine that could pull 600 people on its spool. Locomotion number 1, invented by George Stephenson, told Skipper Pease and everyone. A nation dragged by this pen fury into a dingy century of empire, greed and penury. Ned's carriage was called Experiment, full steam ahead, and off we went.
Full steam ahead. That's good advice for us all. And the second map. So again, that leaf designates where we are. The iron circle, that would be the area that we just visited. There's cycle track, Sunstone. That's the first entrance there, Stevenson Gate. And we've just entered Comet's Gate. So there's still Village Gate and Nickstream Gate to go. Okay, back to the park. The classic dragonfly. I told you we'd see some magpies, the most common bird in this area. There it goes. They really do make an effort with the wildflowers that they plant. It's a shame I didn't come down about a month earlier. They would have been quite spectacular. Never mind. As you've probably noticed, this park is quite hilly. I mean, it's not significant. It's not undoable. Undoable? It's not doable. Oh, what do you know? There is another bench with a back, but this one I do believe is fairly recent. Has not much of a view, and it was only put here, and well, they had to replace that sign. Originally it contained a name, it's like they were taking credit for it, I guess. I believe it got removed and replaced with one without someone's name on it. I'm not sure why you'd sit on that bench with that view when you could sit on this bench. Again, no back, but we have one of the best views in the park. Isn't it lovely? And in pretty close proximity is the next bench, right at the top of the hill. Unfortunately, that bench now leads us to our third main stop of this park, and the third monument, just behind this bush. There it is. With a handy little pigeon, just having a nice sit. It's an interesting angle where you can see all the way through. Oh, there he goes. Didn't take long to scare him off. Alright, what does this one say?
Straw leg sprinters. Who's the third eye yellow ringed, helping your chicks thrive?
What have we got here? We have a plover, and I'm not sure what that's supposed to be honest. Oh well, time to climb. And there we go, we can now see number 2, number 1, and the little centre spot there as well. This is by far the best monument to come to. It's more out of the way, and well, what's the next one say? Pipistrelle?
Pipistrelle.
They've really tried to hide this one, but I found it. It's a bunny rabbit. Okay, let's see how close we can get before it escapes. Has he seen me? Oh, careful. Ah, there he goes. Didn't take long. Now this is the steepest climb down, which is fine most of the time, but if it has been raining or it's icy, this hill is actually a bit of a death trap. Man, my legs look really long in that shadow. The long-tailed tit. And here we find the information for the third entrance. All about the Quakers and the Peases. And the entranceway to the children's play park. I'm not going to film too much of that because there are actually people in there right now. It's a pretty cool park though, it's got a lot of stuff. I have come back to the play park a different day because it is one of this park's best features. Magical creatures. Pirate ship in sandpit. A nice lookout. Somewhere to leave your name.
Uh-oh.
Joseph P. stood in a furrow in the parish of Middlesbrough and saw a town in his tomorrow take flight. So Ionopolis furnace that fed on its populace was once as pastoral as this is. A park now rescued from the flood of prophets Joseph dreamed it good and handed back to Burden Wood. The Pease's symbol was that dove, a peapod in its beak, that hovered over waters like the plover, that now is nesting in this park, a prophet for a limestone ark.
Right, next we have a Jabberwocky. Is that not from Star Wars? And here's our third map. We've come in from the village gate this time. One final entrance to go. We are going to take this little sideways path here. Oh, it is starting to look way more autumny now. The leaves are starting to come down in their droves. We have a newt. These are some tall blackberry bushes. Dozens of uneaten, untouched, rotting blackberries. And there's a path down there which I probably shouldn't take, but let's go. I'm assuming it's just a little walk into the woods. I can't imagine there's much more to it than that. Oh yeah. It's literally just a little trail down to the beck. Somewhere to come and hang out and drink. Okay, someone's put a fence up, but people were like, not stopping us getting to the beck. There's a few of those as well, little offshoot paths going into the woods and whatnot. Found another one, slightly off the trail this time. The field scabious. This cut just brings me back onto the original path I arrived in. I'm going to go straight across and find the other entrance. The fourth and final official entrance, which obviously forms part of this public pathway. The remnants of the old railway line. All that's left of it. And our signpost here. A Transpennine masterpiece. The fourth and final map. Entered at Nickstream. And that's pretty much it. And the fourth entrance has a coot. And the birds sure do like sitting above these stumps. When it comes to unofficial entrances, you have ones like this, which goes straight into the bike park, which is also on this public footpath. Someone has left their homework behind. Well, it's all about nature, I suppose. And that fourth entrance essentially makes part of this public walkway slash cycleway that runs from this old and decrepit railway bridge. And you can actually get up there, but I don't recommend it. There's not much to see and it's quite difficult to walk on. But yes, this railway bridge stretches all the way down along this old railway line to what I always thought West Park needed, which is a water feature. Admittedly, it's quite away from the actual park itself. Strictly speaking, all it really was widen the beck, but turned it into this pretty long pond that goes all the way up to the top there. West Park Pond. And it's not a pond for paddling or anything like that. It's for nature, not for humans. It's a shame someone decided this was the best area to be able to fly tip in. Another unofficial entrance to the park are these naturous looking stairs. I say naturous, I mean fairly ragged and dangerous. And these lead to another walking slash cycle path. That goes down to entrance number 3, and that leads down to entrance number 4. This is a proper start of autumn path. Okay, those trees look like they're about to come down at any moment. And here we have the Ramson. Daring, caring. It does say sharing, but not very well.
Sorry to interject, but at this point the audio was simply atrocious, so I'm just explaining how this hill here and this hill here are very popular in the winter with sledders, and there's an entrance there, and a blue tit. Back to me.
let's head back up here and get back into the main area of the park. Yes, it doesn't snow in these parts very often, but when it does, they love coming down here. Oh, that's an interesting find. Just a whole lot of bread. Still quite soft, so it's not long since it's been here. Ooh. White hipster 4-pack. Wow, okay. That's an odd receipt to find by your packet of freshly strewn bread. I might just throw that in the bin on the way out, that seems fair. And the plastic bag as well. But we'll leave the bread, I'm sure. Some merry creatures will be enjoying that. Okay, let's continue on our way. Oh, looks like some creature has got away with one of them. Yes, they're leaving a trail. It's the breadcrumbs. Now to find the gingerbread house. And deposited. Ah yes, we're coming up on the centre again. Oh, the tree creeper. Green flag award. Well deserved, I must say. Coming up is another hill that gets covered in sledders when and if it does actually snow and lay. And there's Monument 3 right at the top. And that's pretty much everything there is to see in this park. It's just really pretty all around, to be fair. Ooh, and another one of those stumps. They're absolutely everywhere. I don't think I even got them all. And this one we have everybody's favourite, the ladybird. Everybody's favourite, but whatever bird was sat above this at one point. I shouldn't be intrigued. I shouldn't want to know where it leads. Ah, it's just too dark. I'm not going to be able to see anything. Oh, what the heck. I'm not one to not follow a path that I see randomly appear before me. Oh, okay. It's just another route to the bike path. Well, that's dull. There are easier ways to get to the bike path than that. There's nothing up there, just leaves another part of the field. I will keep taking these paths. One day I'm going to find something really impressive. Out we go. Well, that was West Park. On to the next one now. There's plenty of them, and several have more to see than this park. But for sheer size and just the ability to just walk around, people just jog around in circles and it's enough. It's just a really lovely park to visit. You could quite easily spend hours just walking around this park, looking for everything, taking all the different routes. I mean, I've done quite an extensive cover of this park, but like I say, it is probably my favourite. The speckled wood. Okay, that's definitely all the stumps that I've seen. There's probably more that I missed somewhere along the lines. I hope you've enjoyed this wander around West Park. It is just great here, it is just lovely. So yes, anyway, on to the next one.